right, time to go up a ladder. Put the thing right there. You got a backpack. It's not easy to go up. You gotta go up sideways until you get past the shelf. Coming down is even harder. I don't know why. It's just doing it backwards. Got the double latch system on this thing. All right, get up. Squeeze, squeeze. All right, we got an AC that's not working 100%. It's for a server room. Those have to be on point. Said it's number 4. I went inside and looked up. The plenum says number 4 on the bottom of it. So we're gonna go with that. I would be willing to bet it might be this guy. We're gonna have to use the process of elimination because this one ain't marked. That's 6. That's 5. That's 2. That's 3. Yeah. It's gotta be that little guy. That's 7. This one is, looks like it says 9 on it. I know it ain't nothing, cause yeah, 9. I know it ain't nothing that big, and I know it's at the front. Oh, that says 4. Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense because when you're talking about the space inside, I'm more to the front than I am to the back. I might have to go back inside and trace my steps, make sure this guy's in the right area. Because when I go down and I go out this way, then it's possible. I still think it's that one. I don't know. We'll look at both of them. How about that? So, they said the room got up to 75 when it was set to 68. So their little alarms went off and they decided to open the door and call us. I don't think, I can already tell you, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot going wrong with, excuse me, with this thing. But we'll check its efficiency. If I can find my bit. I lost my thing. So mad. I know it's not that. That's too far away. There's a 1/4 inch. God, I hate that I lost my multi-bit. I'll have to go buy another one now. There's a 5/16. Nope, that's a 3/8. Oh, goodness gracious. That's not it. That's an adapter. Yes, all of this is in my pocket. Plus a whole lot more. If I don't have a 5/16, I might just lose my mind. What's this? 5/16. All right. Put all this other junk back. All I'm gonna do is pop the filter box open, pop the condenser box open. I'm gonna see if the suction line's sweating. If it's sweating and the filters aren't dirty, then I'll go to the other unit. Let's see what we got here. She's sweating on stage 1, but stage 2 ain't calling. Wonder if we have an issue with stage 2. So, let me see if this is one of those trains that has the thing that does the stuff. So, what I mean by that is, it's satisfied. I know that's not supposed to be satisfied because first of all, this is I'm gonna have to look up the tonnage on this one. This is literally a tiny room. Now there's a lot of heat load, so when you have a high heat load, then obviously this is an 8.5 ton. Guys, there's no way an 8.5 ton unit is for a tiny room. I mean, this room's probably 8 by 8. It's gotta be the little guy. I'm gonna go with it's the little guy. I worked on that guy before, and I don't know if this way and back, and it's gotta be the little guy. Yeah, I'm gonna stop looking at this. Actually, I'll train, teaching moment. All right, she's turned off. Train's got these buttons here. Well, they're screws, okay, not buttons. But you put it in a test mode by connecting test 1 and test 2, and then each time you do it, it goes into a separate, test. So the first one I believe is economizer. So what I like to do, let me just go ahead and hook this on. So you're going to hold it for 3 seconds, let it go for 3 seconds, then hold it for 3 seconds and let it go for 3 seconds until you get to whatever you're trying to test on. So the first one should be the economizer. So I'm going to go hold. Oh, first one's blower. All right, then this light here will blink like a heartbeat, so you know that it's in test mode. I'm gonna go hold. That's stage 1. Then we're gonna hold. There's stage 2. So the next one will be heat. I'm not gonna be turning the heat on, guys. In order to get it out of test mode, it will be either it's on a timer, so it will go in and out, I don't know, 25 minutes, I think. I can't remember. You train people. Y'all should know this. But, or you could just turn the unit off, turn it back on, and then it'll reset everything back to normal, which is what I'm gonna do today. So that's your learning point on a unit that says it's number 4, but it is not number 4. And if it is number 4, then we have a control issue because this thing is not hurting. Where'd that screw go? Oh. I hate this bit. It's not magnetic. All right. I'll go over to the little guy. That one actually makes more sense as to the room that we're looking at. Can't judge it off the plenum, apparently. They did write number 4. This isn't even the 4th one over. Let's go take a look at it. It's running. I can tell you that much. I don't like these guys. I don't like them because they're hardly accessible. Got a little bit of heat coming off of here. I want to look at the compressor once again. Do my thing. Check and see if your suction line is sweating. And usually these will have like a picture of what's inside each panel, and that's compressor. So see here, a little picture of a compressor. That's a picture of a blower. We're gonna pop this one open. Doesn't take much. All the screws that were in it ain't holding anything on. All right. Oh, she's sweating like a champ, guys. Hot, hot, hot. So I wonder what my head pressure's like. This coil's a little bit dirty, but it's not like obscene. Maybe she could get fixed. I don't know. We're gonna go ahead and put some gauges on it, see what it's telling me. Normally I wouldn't do that right now, but I need to make sure and take all my precautions on this thing. Make sure that everything's working like it's supposed to. It's got some oil in it. if that bubble gets bigger, then we gotta, oh, it popped. They didn't have a chance to get bigger. It's hard to tell. I might have to bring some bubbles up. So we might have a Schrader leak on that thing. I don't know. See if I can get this on without burning myself. See these capillaries, guys? When they touch each other, hey, just make them not, okay? That rubbing will cause a hole, and then we got bigger problems. Alright, let's see what I'm on here. Almost willing to bet this is 410. But we should probably check to make sure. Because why not? Let's see here, 410. It is 410. Normally I don't see it that quickly. Alright. See, that discharge line is going to be hot. So, try not to touch it. Wow. My hose just perked right up. That's really not cool right there. Oh well, I got pressure. I don't think I'm gonna have any issues with this thing. Oh, well, having said that, it actually looks a little bit low. So let's see if they gave us a pressure temperature chart. Required liquid line temperature for a specific subcooling. Required subcooling. Okay, so we have what's my P-SIGs? My P-SIGs is discharge 350. So this confuses me. Between 83 and 103. What is that? The temperature? Yep. Nope. I don't know what that is. I'm confused, guys. I know subcool and superheat, but for real? Measure discharge line pressure by attaching a gauge to the service port. Done did that one. Measure the liquid line temperature by attaching a temperature sensing device to it. Well, I can do that. Insulate the temperature sensing device so that the outdoor ambient doesn't affect the reading. Refer to required subcooling in the table on the model and size and the outdoor ambient temperature. Okay. What's the model and size? What is this? Probably a 3-ton? Oh, this is a 2-ton. Wow, that's tiny. So the 2-ton is ambient temperature. Right now we're probably 75 degrees. That's 16. So we need to have 16 degrees subcool. Alright, I don't usually do superheat and subcool, guys. So I'm usually just feel it, you know, just think what I think. But we'll do it today. Love my field piece, by the way. Should have probably spent the extra money and gotten that big old fat charging hose. Nah. Subcool is going to be on my discharge side. Hang on, make sure I don't get this backwards. It's on my suction side to my discharge line. So, it's been a while since I've done this. Alright, we're gonna need to get it right probably here. Oh, I'm doing superheat. What an idiot. Y'all didn't see that, did you? Nope. It is on the suction side. You didn't see anything. Oh, suction then discharge. Am I just being dumb right now? I might not even post this one. Okay. Now we're talking. I thought it was the other way around. It's been so long since I've done this. Apparently I don't know what I'm doing. Alright people, so I'm gonna go down and get some bubbles. This is my subcooling. It's negative 30 degrees. That's not gooder. To make it gooder, we need to add charge to it. So basically what's happening is we're taking the saturation temperature and we're taking the physical temperature of the refrigerant leaving the condenser or leaving the compressor. If your subcooling is low, it means you could have vapor going into your metering device instead of a straight column of liquid. So you want to have a straight column of liquid refrigerant going to your metering device before it gets into the evaporator coil. Now most of the time this is not going to be noticed because it's sweating, it's cooling, you know, we're doing the stuff, it's got the things going, everything's, you know, looking mighty okay. But whenever you're in a situation like this where you have to have something at a certain temperature, 71's not going to cut it, 72's not going to cut it. That room needs to be at 68, and there is a humongous heat load in this room. So yeah, I'm going to go get some 410. In order to increase this subcooling, I've got to add charge to it. I'm kind of curious what the temperature is. What's the current temperature? 72.
72 degrees.
So the other thing that bothers me about that is it's 72 degrees. Right now my condensing temperature is 107. So 82, 92, 102, that's 35 degrees above ambient, which means I need to look at these coils because they might be DRT. They might be DRT. It's hard to see it through the little fins. Let's see what we got in here. Meat. How do you get turtle? Oh. Can't see the what is going on. Should just come right out. No, gonna make me bring the influencer out here. Get off of that. What are you? Why do you think that you have to? What is going on? Oh, I lost the screw. That's awesome. Stay. Why don't it, how is that? What did you do? What did you do? Come on. Oh, there she blows. Oh, that one just turned on. It's not horrible, guys, but it could use a little washing. I'm sure that's not necessary. Oh, blanket behind that. Let's see what this side looks like. That side looks more better. That side's got a bug on it. So, guess I gotta bring stuff up to do the thing with. I think it's not raining today. I'm gonna go get some refrigerant, see if we can increase that subcool, and I'll be back. All right, before I go get refrigerant, teaching moment. Always scan the roof, guys. See what's going on. You know, you can see something and go ahead and take care of a call that's going to happen in the future. You notice that right there? That's my shirt, you see. My shirt is sucked onto the condenser fan while it's running. Why do we think that is? Oh, I don't know, Matthew, why? Well, it's because the dang gum thing is going backwards, all right? Usually when fans go backwards, it's either caused by one of two things. One, the fan that's working the right way is causing this one to go backwards, making air suck in through the hole, making the fan go backwards. Two, it's going backwards under power, which means that most of the time that means that the capacitor's bad. So I'm going to talk to the dude about the stuff here, see if he wants me to dig into that one. Sure he will, because it ain't working right. I'm going to take a picture of that. Why not? There we go. Let's see, that uses a quarter horse, 1075 RPM. What's the voltage on it? 460 volts. That's awesome. I don't have one of those in the truck. I don't carry 460 volt parts. Luckily, we're not far from a supply house. There, she's satisfied. Now, the one thing I think is weird about this one, guys, I put this on a previous video. When this thing's not running, those fans continue to go in opposite directions, which is really odd to me. Let me put this shirt back on. No, I'm not naked, guys. I wear an undershirt, okay? If you don't wear an undershirt, you're gross. Or you're not fat. You know, one of the two. Go ahead and pop that open and dig into it while I'm here. I'm not going to go down and ask. Let's see here. That one is going to stop, isn't it? Yep. This one's keeping on, keeping on. And when you get on these older units that got 1,000 holes in them for screws, I always like to mark the ones that I'm going to use with a Sharpie, so you know where to put your screws when you're done. Otherwise, you're just guessing, sticking things in every hole you see, and it's not going to fit, and you're not going to grab anything. And you get frustrated, and you might say a wordy dirt. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see what we got. Yep. Oh, the cover's not on the thing. Hey, there's the cover. Guess we'll put that back on whenever we're done. Wonder why it's over here. Huh. Oh well. All right. We got 3 capacitors in here. That's odd. We only need 2. Don't know why we got 3. This fan goes right here, and it goes to this furthest out capacitor that has a low voltage wire hanging right by it. That's super awesome. Let's get our voltmeter out, make sure the cap is good. If the cap is good, I'm going to tell him he needs a new fan motor. If the cap is bad, we'll try to replace that first. If it works, hallelujah. If it doesn't, then I need a new fan motor. Luckily, the supply house right down the street. I don't have to go far. Flucometer. Let's see here. Let's turn the power off, guys. Oh, yep, just like that. We're gonna take our flucometer down to the anchor, you know, the anchor one right there. That's the one for capacitors. And see, this guy's a little bulged. Let's see what she reads. We are at 0 farads. And it's supposed to have 7.5. So I'm gonna get a 7.5 farad capacitor out of the old truck. Let me make sure that this motor says that's what it's supposed to have, because it'll say on it, you know, sometimes people don't put the right ones on. Rotation, RPMs, blah, 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 blah. I need to know my capacitor. How many farads? Well, it doesn't. There it is. Cap, 7.5, 370. Cool. We'll do that, turn it on, see what happens. I'll be back with some bubbles, refrigerant, a capacitor. Is that all I need? That's all for now. All right, capacitor. See, I don't know if y'all can see this or not, but you can usually feel when a capacitor is bad because it's got a bulge. So this thing's not only bulging on the top, but you can feel the sides are bulged out. So it'll rock. I don't know, you can't see, I'm sure you can't see it, but I can feel it and I can see it. It's just bulged right there. That one's nice and flat. That one's bulged. The top of this one, nice and flat. The top of that one, it's got like a convex, whatever, science. Put this thing on here. We'll see if that fan motor turns the right way. If it does, we'll leave this one alone. I'm gonna move that low voltage wire so it's not gonna arc. I don't know why they would just put it, you know, right there. This other capacitor, oh yeah, one of them's not even hooked up. They just, you know, let's just tape two together. I'm gonna put one that doesn't work and I'm gonna tape it to one that does work. We're gonna call it a day. I don't really like the positioning of this, but especially when you put a screw in here, it's gonna right on the thing. This is no bueno, guys. Let's get it down. Is that more? That might be more better. Yeah, the screw's not gonna hit it from there as long as I get the top hole. What am I doing? Well, let's turn the thing on. All right, still going the wrong way, but this is in hum mode, you see? See what happens when we engage it. How are they wired up? Let's see here. Contactor maybe? I don't see a relay. Oh, there's a relay. It's gonna be through the relay. Super. All right, well, let's do this thing. Let's put the jumper on it. Jump off stage 1. And we're gonna go R to Y1. Ready, go. I didn't even watch it, I was watching my hands. Can't really tell. Let's see. Oh yeah, she's going the right way now. So, mission accomplished, issue fixed. And now they don't have to worry about that mess anymore. They weren't worried about it to begin with because they didn't know. So, let's button this thing up, put that back on. Don't know how long it's been off. I should have turned this thing off a long time ago to save the battery, but I didn't, so whatever. Batteries in my remote control of my TV went dead last night, and you know, technology, I'll tell you what, guys, there's no way to navigate the TV without a friggin' remote control. Guess who didn't have AAA batteries last night? Guess who watched TV on his laptop last night? Yeah, that's this guy. Probably should have been, you know, uploading a video, but for some reason, I can't figure out how to take my freaking intro and save it to my laptop. Just can't figure it out, you know? I am that technologically I may have to get a kid to do that. I'm looking for a screw and I found one. That's a big one. I don't even want to be digging for my bits anywhere. You always find screws on the roof, especially around these older units. You got all these holes walled out of them. I don't think that's a 5/16. That's a 3/8. That's not going to work for me. There's one. What's that? Yeah. That's a 5/16. We're going to roll with it. Put this guy on. Try not to shock myself, you know. We'll give it the good old college effort. I don't think it's going to be a shocking experience, but if it is, you'll get a good show here in a second. Let's see here. I said, as long as I get the top hole. That's in the top hole. This bit does not have a magnet on it. And you just drop the thing. Yeah. These screws don't really bite anyway. It is in there for show. Yeah, see? Just push it in there, you know? Don't matter. See if this one will bite. Come on. I have got to buy me a new bit set. Some big bug just flew by my head, scared the crap out of me. Let's see what you got. Well, you at least see, that's all I want. This door will hold the rest of it on. Now I only have two, but two will hold this thing just fine. Y'all have seen this roof before if you watch my other videos, because first, oh no, battery's dying. First time I was up here, like 3 or 4 of these panels were blown off, laying all over the roof. So I put a bunch of new screws in them. All right, here we are, back to the original. I'm gonna pop my high side off and check this thing with some boobles. Best way I know. Ow, hot, goodness. Let's see what we got. I got nothing. Nothing. So, here's the deal. Here's the rub, guys. I'm gonna take a brush off this condenser coil. It's not really dirty enough for me to spray down. It's just got a little bit of crap on the outside of it. It's not even a lot. Normally I wouldn't even bother, but I got to give this thing a fighting chance. So if I add charge to it, my head pressure increases and my suction does not, then I have an issue with an expansion valve and or restriction in the feeder tubes. Just something's not going good in there. There's the brush right there on top. Yeah, I'm really not doing anything, so screw it. There's not enough crap on there to make any difference. All right, let's get the high side back on here. We want to make sure we get the stuff out. So what I will do is how about I use the pressure that's in my high side to blow out. That's a good idea. There we go. We don't want to put, you know, soap bubbles in the system, although this is the discharge side, so it's highly unlikely that would happen anyway. it on there. All right. Faux 10A. I hate how they decided to put all the refrigerant bottles the same color. I don't know if that's a millennial I identify as however I want thing or what, but they don't need to be the same color because they're different. It makes it harder to identify them. Oh, that has some nasty crap in it. Look at this, guys. That is yellow. That is not good, especially on my freaking gauge cover. You don't want to see yellow coming out when you bleed at all. So that's bad. Looks like we're going to have an issue. That expansion valve probably got a bunch of crap in it. Super awesome. That just makes me so happy. I'm going to charge this up. Nothing's probably going to happen, but we're going to see. Head pressure's definitely going up. I think we got an issue with the expansion valve. So generally in a situation like this, what you want to see is yeah, head pressure is already going way too high. You want to see like a mid 40 for a 410 on the evaporator temperature. So that's going to be probably right around 125, 130 psi. And then on the discharge, 25 degrees above ambient, as with any other condenser of any type. Honestly, mid temp, low temp, high temp, doesn't matter. Right now we're above that on the high side. I don't really want to put any more in here, but we're gonna have to put in to get this expansion valve replaced. There's a good chance that it's not going to come with just the expansion valve. It's probably going to come with the expansion valve and these feeder tubes, which is fine. I don't care. They're easy to replace. The only thing I'll have to get out of the way is this electrical, which, I mean, it moves. It's easy. It's not going to be a hard job. Might burn up that insulation. It's okay. Put a wet towel on it or something. Make sure you got a squirt bottle with you. But yeah, that brought down my subcooling about 1 degree. And my head pressure's too high. What's the current temperature? 73. I should be about 100 degrees condensing, and I'm at 112, 113. So I'm gonna leave it. It's cooling. It's just not cooling as efficiently as they need it to. They're gonna need a TXV in this thing. That's all I got. The thing's running over here. Let's go walk on the other ones. Just make sure. Yep. She's going slow, but she is going. So we're gonna let it roll. This one's going nice and fast. This guy's running. What do you got doing over here? You're doing good over here. This feller's running. That's cold. Uh-oh. That one's warm. Maybe it's only going on one stage. We got oil in here. We got oil all over this thing. I can even smell the oil. I wonder if this thing had a blowout. Look at all this. What is this? That is oil, guys, all over the ground. We had a blowout on this guy. I'm excited to look into this one. Let me check this last one real quick. Yeah, look at this. See, I don't know if y'all can see this wet spot right here. That is all oil. So we had refrigerant blowing out of one of them stages. The other one's running. And looks like we're gonna have some more fun on this roof. I thought I was done. Ha! Not done, guys. Not done. With my dying battery. Got another one in the bag. May need it. Oh, this is gonna be exciting. There's oil all in this condenser. Wow, how is that even hanging on, guys? There's no screws in it. It's just, you know, suction. That's not good. That's a harness for the compressor leads. Someone's been in this thing, most likely. Oh man, we got oil all over her. And it is almost impossible to tell where it came from. Goodness. Wow, that is something else. It's literally dripping. Oh, I can see it. I can see it. Let's see if y'all can see it. Right here. Blowing wide open. So that's what's crazy is it's freaking running. Ow, watcha. It's hot. So we're gonna kill this thing, take some videos and some pictures, and turn this one in. Wow. Cracked right open. So we need to get this other compressor running, and then the one that's obviously cracked open. Oh look, guys. Freaking pressure switches are bypassed. God, that just makes me so mad. Because of that, somebody could have completely ruined this compressor. Just because you wanted to bypass a freaking pressure switch. They're there for a reason, people, to keep things like this from destroying a compressor. Luckily, this compressor's still running. I don't know how. It's a very good thing that I'm on this roof today and that I went across this roof to check everything out. Otherwise, I would have never noticed this. And this thing would have just been dead, you know? I don't know what this other side's doing. It's hot. I don't know if it's... The suction line's a little bit cool. So we need to get this side running, which look, it has been running. So we got condensation on the bottom of the evaporator coil, which is where stage 2 runs. So it's been going. I like to see the condensation. We're gonna leave stage 2 running. Stage 1, I'm gonna disconnect here. Actually, no, because it's not a harness. I'm gonna disconnect it from the contactor. And people, stop bypassing things like that. Those things are there for a reason. My God, that's just, if I catch, it's just, let me catch you. Let me catch you. So I'm gonna do stuff that's really mean. Yeah, get mad at you. That's what I'm gonna do. God, people, I just don't understand why you think, who did it? I want to know who you are. That's this contactor right here. So all I'm going to do is disconnect my hot. We're going to tuck it in over here so it doesn't arc on anything. And we're going to turn this thing back on and let it run. But that's a quote. It's going to need a dryer. It's going to need to be flushed. Whenever a refrigerant blows out like that, it causes the oil to go in places oil isn't supposed to be. So there's a good chance that the feeder tubes are just clogged up with oil. I cannot believe it, people. Stop bypassing safeties. They are there for a reason. And if it doesn't work, then replace it. It's that simple. It is literally that simple. I have all these pressure switches in my truck. Always keep them with me. So guess why? Why? Oh, because I don't have to bypass them. Now let's say I don't have one. I may bypass it after I make sure it's working fine, but I'm only going to bypass it long enough for me to run down to the parts store, get one, and come back and put it in. Rant completed. Man, irritates me. If you couldn't tell. Well, somebody put a note in here. CFM function electrical panel was replaced on 8/22/13. That was 10 years ago. Capacitor, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about 10 years ago. Man. I don't have... I said rant was over. Let me stick to my word and just let my rant be over. I need screws in this thing too, which means I'm going to need to get power on my drill, which means I need to get that battery out of my bag. Get on. I need to take another picture of this. God, this makes me so mad. Screws. Need screws. See how much battery this thing has in it. Two's good. I can live with that. I'll find some screws. I put extra ones in these other units. All I need is 2. I'm beside myself. Rant over. Rant over. Sorry, I'm shutting up now. Calm myself down a little bit, you know. Glad everyone got to see that though, for real. Like, I'm not just saying it because I like to talk. I don't even like to talk that much, honestly. Maybe to myself a little bit. That's super awesome. I wonder if my little guy will do it. Anyway, I will make sure that we are back doing this. I'll show y'all the repair on this whenever they approve it and I come back with the stuff's needed for it. And you'll see me connect pressure switches the way they're freaking supposed to be. All right. Thanks, bye.